Hey guys, welcome back to Tower of Fantasy. So we got the 2.2 update for the CN version, the stream that they did to look at. Now the stream was like 20 something minutes long. I'm going to condense this down. I'm just going to show you clips of the key things that I saw in it that I'm really excited for, because there was a lot of filling talk and stuff in between on the live stream. But also this clip in the back, it's got a mad soundtrack. I'll play it at the end of the video. If you haven't listened to it, listen to it. Absolute banger. But the key things in this stream that I'm gonna go through are gonna be we got like a racing around the Neo Tokyo type city, which is cool. An expanding of that Neo Tokyo type city. The city is like, it's a really cool city, and it's just getting bigger in this update. So it originally came in 2.0, getting bigger in 2.2, which is really cool. Then we have a new character slash weapon, which is a sniper. Looks really cool as well. Co-op tower mode, kind of like a co-op Bygone, which we'll find out more details on. And then also an 8v8 looking PvP type system. And at the end, we get some screenshots of some concept art of the new underwater zone. So those are the key features. I'll go through them all more in depth, look at the footage of them and stuff like that. But like I said, we'll play the track at the end as well. Let's get into it. Okay, so here we have the racing. So it looks like we're going to be able to, like, you know, get a car. It looks like we can do group race or solo race. I'm really keen to see the group race. Now, this is just a mini thing. I think this is going to be a lot like, you know, the daily mini games where you can do two of them once per day. If you can do this infinitely, and like, I don't know if you can upgrade your car. I feel like this could be some casual fun when you've got nothing else to do, you know, and you just want to race some friends. Hopefully it's not like time gated or turn gated where you can only do it like once per day, and you know, if people want to play around for fun, they can. Not too sure, we'll have to wait and see, but you know, cool little feature. I don't know how much I'll personally do it. Probably do it a bit for fun, and you know, unless there's some daily rewards, then we might do it. But keen to see, maybe you can upgrade your cars and becomes this whole racing scene in the game. Not too sure, have to wait and see, but that's the racing. And here's a look at the expanded sort of city zone. They've gone into the sort of like the Chinatown type vibe. I don't know, Neo Tokyo type vibe. I don't know how to describe things, but I really like this setting. It's like got classic, like I like settings that mix like classical with futuristic, and you know, this is pretty cool. So just a quick look at the new zone. We're not going to watch the whole walkthrough of it, but you know, it's a pretty cool theme for the new zone inside the city, which, you know, the city, for those that don't know, in 2.0, we will get like the first part of the city, and just exploring and finding the chests in the city is really fun. You climb all the buildings. You always like, it feels like you're always going into places you shouldn't be going to find all the chests and all the summons and stuff like that. So I'm all for expanding this city, because the city is really like a wicked zone once you figure out how to get around it, because it's a bit confusing how to get around. But once you understand how to get around, it's a wicked zone. And here we go. Time for the new character. Looks like a sniper, which I really like. I love the looks like the hold, the click and hold. Like with the bow, you go into like third person shooter. This one like actually scopes you in, which I think is really cool. A nice little touch. But I think in general she'll play like most weapons. Like you're not gonna like be scoping the whole time, but maybe she has like passives that, like, you know, the scope shot gives extra damage. That would be sick. Just capped him. Okay, here we have some gameplay, and that's what I'm talking about. The scope, I absolutely love it. I love it. I really hope that's like an integral part of her gameplay, because that would be really cool. I don't know if it would get tedious, but I absolutely love that. I think that's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. I do really like this. I like this. The playstyle looks cool. Like I said, we don't know the rotational style that you're going to want to play, but I hope it incentivizes using scope shots and like maybe more damage from range. That would be cool. Like, I'd love it if you like could play really far back and then you got her abilities for when they come up close. That would be a wicked type thing. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at some of the new content. This was the quote-unquote co-op Bygone. It's a tower mode where you do it in groups of 4. The exact details we don't know yet. But it looks like you get a buffs page, so you're going to be able to get some buffs for your player, yourself and your team can get buffs. You can probably trade them around. Not too sure exactly how that's going to work. But we move into the next screen here, which I want to take a look at. Now, these are like tier 1. I can't remember. I translated this image. It says tier 1 clearance rewards. So I don't know how the rewards work and stuff like that, but that's what that translates to. I don't think those would be like the floor rewards. Maybe it's for like there's different towers that you got to climb and you get different rewards. Not too sure, but let's just jump into this now. And so the thing that got me excited here was, and I'm not going to be able to skip back like one frame, am I? Let's go back here. So it's the Origin of War is the mode. And this is what got me excited. There's no like 3 of 3 next to it. So it does look like it's going to be infinite like the other ones. So unlimited for entries. So keen to see how many floors there are, how it works. It looks like in the queuing system, you can queue with anyone that's on the same floor as you maybe. So not too sure, but then they jump in here. You're queuing in. Once again, it recommends tank, healer, double DPS, but you don't have to have it. Shows you the different floors. Unfortunately, I didn't scroll all the way down to see how many floors, but it might be like Bygone where you can only see so many until you get to them, and then it goes longer. We don't know exactly how many there's going to be, but honestly, a co-op mode with unlimited entries that's not just completely, trash would be sick. Like, I think a co-op Bygone, because Bygone's that cool thing where if you want to have a grind, there's always something to do and you can try and push floors. And if you can now do that in co-op, that would be amazing. So let's pause this one here because, like I said, Bygone co-op, I think that's cool, really good. I feel like a lot of players will have fun with that, plus extra rewards for upgrading gear, always handy. Now, this one looks like the Battleground. So this got me excited because I always loved Battlegrounds in WoW and stuff like that. So I am a massive fan of PvP. I know some people hate it. Once again, like the 1v1 PvP in this game, I hope the rewards don't force you into doing this, but hopefully it's still fun enough so that people that want to do it have incentive to keep doing it. So it's a tough balance in gacha games with PvP. Now, we're going to talk about it and talk about some of the things that I hope from it. Now, first of all, it looks like 8v8. You can see over here on the right. I really like this. Bringing me back to those WoW days. This one looks like a tower defense. You'll see in future images that, like red will capture one, then blue will capture two, and then red will have another one. We'll look through it. But what I really hope, because I want to talk about this. Actually, let's play through it, and then I'll play through again and talk about what I hope for it. So here we go. I love the waiting zones. I love being mounted up. Dude, it just gets me back to WoW BG days. So this looks like one of the nodes. You can see up the top, it looks like red has one captured. They've got like 164 points. Note that it is like a 30-minute battle as well, unless you get a winner beforehand. We got like the turrets around the joint. So I feel like it's going to be like that cool, like objective-based battleground. So like you've got the nodes that you've got to capture. This is capturing a node, and you'll see that on the left-hand side, the blue, they just got an extra 1. So you want to capture the nodes. Then it looks like there's like mini PvE bosses in the PvP battleground that maybe, you defeating them gives you bonuses and stuff like that. So honestly, this is a cool type of battleground. Now, PvP, they have had PvP events in the past. Now, I hope this isn't just an event. I hope that this is going to be like a permanent battleground type feature, because I just think it's too cool not to have as a permanent feature. I love the battleground idea. I hope it's not just an event. If it is just an event, well, that's sad to me. But what I would really hope from it is that, let's just bounce back to the start of it and have another playthrough while I talk about it. But what I really hope for out of this sort of battleground type system in my dream world would be that, like, you basically, if it was like, say, like normal PvP, you have to have the weapon to be able to use the weapon in this combat. I would love to see it be to a point where there's no pay to win on the gear, but maybe playing PvP can unlock you PvP gear, kind of like WoW does, like when they brought in resilience gear, where, as you play PvP, you get PvP points. You can buy PvP gear that are only useful in PvP, but it gives you a reason to grind and start working your way up. And you can't, like, this gear would have to be non-purchasable, so that it's like, it's a non-pay to win, like, fun reason and growth mechanic in PvP for players that want to feel like they're growing in PvP. That's just me personally. I'm not a game designer. I suck at this stuff. So I just always loved in WoW, when I got a new character to level cap, playing Battlegrounds, absolutely sucking at Battlegrounds, and then, getting geared up and then being better in Battlegrounds. I found that fun. So that's just me personally. I know a lot of people just hate PvP and like, I don't want anything PvP, but as long as PvP can't heavily impact the rewards that you get that affect like PvE play, let's face it, PvE is just a pay to win shitfest anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, as long as PvP can be fun for players that want to do it and not have too crazy rewards that make people feel like they have to do it, I am all for it. like I said, this is the thing I'm probably the most excited about is the Battlegrounds, because that is what I like to do. And I know other people hate it, but hey, I'm excited. And now we have some images of the underwater world. I just think this is going to be cool. I love things, like I've always said, I love in games when you go to areas that you feel like you shouldn't be, and underwater feels like one of those like sort of mystical areas that's like, you know, uncharted and maybe you shouldn't be. Hopefully there's something interesting, some interesting mechanics in the underwater. Maybe you've like got breath and there's like air bubble pockets around the place. You've got to get to like air bubbles so you can breathe, so that you can keep going. I don't know, just something. I really hope there's something dynamic in the world as well, where it's like maybe, you know, all of a sudden like some shark, like a big shark boss or something might swim by, but it's like there's no set time. You like, it's like a world boss, but you can't like predict when or where it's going to be. So you just like world event, someone sees it posts, everyone jumps in and goes on. I'm just hoping there's some cool stuff in this underwater zone. I don't know too much about it. I'll definitely check it out when it comes, but that is another cool zone that I'm looking forward to in this update. So that's the roundup of the stuff in the 2.2 CN update that I'm looking forward to. Like I said, we'll play that track now because it's an absolute banger. Stick around and have a listen if you haven't. Trust me, you'll probably enjoy it.
在未来就是我的天地，霓虹能闪动，映照着高楼，我迷失在京都里，一统天下，亦或走马观花，品个利剑高下，不如坐下金华堂吃个早茶。I got a sauce， 意气风发，中餐的精髓是本领看家，小心这魔芋丸实力弹牙，芙蓉下番茄酱味道更佳，鸳鸯蟹糕真的有个讨喜，来一碗佛跳墙换得无比，鱼翅被包在饭 is the best， 上馆粥一定要加个鲍鱼呀呀，美味的金华堂制造，金华堂京都的骄傲。未来的 No.1 restaurant， 金华堂不会不知道。美味的金华堂制造，金华堂京都的骄傲。未来的 No.1 restaurant， 金华堂期待你光临驾到。